Я чорний козак. Привіт, вітаю. Як справи?
Have you tried cooking borscht?
Я козак, млинці.
I've matured a lot since I've been in Ukraine. A lot of them, nobody talks to them, but I do. I talk to everybody, even dogs in Ukrainian.
So now I know your preference.
Yeah.
What would you do if Tazika stopped you?
It's like, I'm American, I have to go, sorry.
Я люблю Україну. Україна дуже красиве.
Is it easy for you to speak Ukrainian? To learn Ukrainian?
Well, no.
Друзі, всім привіт! З вами подкаст від школи англійської мови English Prime. Сьогодні з нами наші носії Едріел і Оушей. Едріел, say hi in Ukrainian.
Добрий день, як справи?
Good job. Oshey, say the same thing.
Привіт, вітаю. Як справи?
Друзі, в цьому відео ми розіграємо знижку 50% на проходження одного рівня з нашої базової програми, офлайн або онлайн. Умови для виграшу будуть в кінці відео. Окей, good. Тож, сьогодні ми почнемо з розмов про їжу. Guys, what Ukrainian food do you like the most?
For me, I just gonna go with a borscht, salo, garlic, sour cream, and Ukrainian brown bread. Okay? With хреновуха.
Is Ukrainian food different from American food?
It is a little bit, but Ukrainian food is actually similar to American food because a lot of the dishes are, they're simple dishes actually. They're not super overcomplicated. There's not too much spice and flavor.
Have you tried cooking borscht?
No, but borscht is a totally different thing, okay? We have, in America, we have stews and pot roasts that are a little bit harder to make, but...
Have you tried cooking вареники?
Вареники, yes, I went to the store and got the frozen vareniki. So, yes, I did cook it, but it was pre-made.
Okay, good. What Ukrainian food do you like, Oshey?
Котлета по-київськи. Amazing, it's tasty.
What you like about it?
I don't know, like the taste, like from Puzata Hata, like damn. It's amazing. And I like
I think Puzata Hata gotta sponsor us in next videos because
Yeah,
we
they
mention
need
them a lot.
They need to. Anyways, Silyanka, the soup, best smetana. I don't really like it with smetana. I just like the taste and the lemon, and it's actually nice. And plov. But it depends on who makes the plov though, because I tried some plovs from some places and it wasn't good.
Is plov
Some
Ukrainian
other
cuisine?
places,
No, plov
It's
is...
not.
It's not?
Uzbekistan.
Uzbek.
It's like Uzbekistan.
Yeah.
I tried Ukraine, so it's Ukrainian cuisine for me.
Okay. Cool. Plov is Ukrainian cuisine. So, how is it different from Nigerian food?
Very, very much different. Because for Ukraine, there's no diverse culture. Like Ukrainians are Ukrainians. Ukraine is Ukraine. Ukrainians are Ukrainians, and you guys have the same thing. For Nigeria, we have like different tribes, different ethnic groups, and each tribe, each ethnic groups like have their own food. So it's totally different combinations and different things. So no, nothing.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever tried cooking something like Ukrainian?
Nope. Frozen pelmeni, frozen vareniki, and I tried making blinchiki, but it was also frozen. So yeah.
You know how blinchiki are called in Ukrainian?
Nope.
Pancakes?
No. Pancakes in Ukrainian. Yeah, pancakes.
Wait, what's I thought you... Blinets?
No.
Blinchiki?
Tell me.
Guys, repeat out to me. Mlinci.
Mlinci.
Млинці.
Mlinci.
Я козак, млинці.
That's right.
Я хочу млинці.
Чорнобровий наш.
Чудово.
Супер. So, guys, зараз ми будемо говорити про погляд на життя і чи змінився він в Едріела і Оушей після приїзду в Україну. So, guys, about your outlook at life, you know, has it changed when you came to Ukraine?
My outlook on life it has changed, but, you know, here it makes me remember that I have to enjoy the small things because in Ukraine there's a war and so life can suck here. So even having a little bit of power can be a small thing, right? So I can power my phone to watch Instagram or TikTok. So it has changed my outlook on life, and I realized that the world is a bigger place. It's not just America or where I'm from. And, you know, I had to appreciate my life. I've had a blessed life. And so I need to try to help other people out and be kind to other people and remember that there's always somebody that has it worse than me, even in Ukraine. So it has changed my outlook on a life a lot because, you know, the war is terrible and a lot of people are affected by it. So I live in the real world about the situation, and I try to remember every day to count my many blessings.
Okay, cool. What about you? Has your outlook changed?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
because
Elaborate.
made me stronger. First of all, situation's not so good. People suffering, people dying, people don't have things, and I understood. Okay, so in this case, I have things I should be thankful for because today you have it, tomorrow you don't. So I enjoy the fact that I can have more value about life, value about things, because it's very hard. Like you said, it's crazy here. Today you have electricity, tomorrow you don't. And the people don't understand the gravity of things here. People are just chilling, enjoying life, but life can be fucked up. So you have to value it and enjoy the moments you have.
It's true. I mean, you have to enjoy your friends and family because anybody here could be killed tomorrow. And so I was in Afghanistan. It was a different war, but here is different. So my outlook and my understanding of life has changed a lot. I've matured a lot since I've been in Ukraine. So
That's cool. Wow, guys, you have some insights. That's great. Okay, guys, another question. Зараз дізнаємося, чи вчать носії українську мову. So, guys, do you study Ukrainian?
yes, I tried to. Lately, I've been kind of lazy, but I have 2 workbooks that I got for Christmas. One of them was a gift from one of my friends, and the other one was I bought myself. Plus, I did the full Duolingo course, which is small, but it still helps. So, and then I've done flashcards, and I also had a special military Ukrainian language course for 3 weeks last year, and I have a PDF government publication about Ukrainian language for foreigners. So, I try to study every day, or I try definitely to speak every day. I try to force myself to get into situations where I know they don't speak English, like with Babushka. Okay. The other day, I talked to
Yes, you're meeting babusas way
Yes.
too often.
No, look, I'm trying to be nice to them and say hello, and a lot of them nobody talks to them, but I do. I talk to everybody, even dogs in Ukrainian.
So now I know your preference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I talked to
Is it
one
easy
the other
for you?
day. Yeah, at the bus stop because
Is it easy for you to speak Ukrainian? To learn Ukrainian?
well, no, it's not easy, but it's become easier because I'm in the environment. So it's just when you're in a country, it's much easier to learn their language, right? If you're not, then it's just like for people learning English in Ukraine, it's much harder because they're not in the environment. But for Ukrainian, especially Western Ukraine, it's much easier to just go to the village and you're forced to speak it. And then you will get better, I promise you.
Or should you learn Ukrainian?
No. I know words. I know,
You're not
I know
a real
phrases.
Kazakh.
No, I am I'm trying. Yeah, chorny Kozak. Anyways, I know phrases from like friends. They say some words, ask what does it mean, and I try to use it sometimes. And some I watch Ukrainian movies.
Could you speak in Ukrainian a little bit, like something?
Okay, give me a sec. Let me prepare myself. Я люблю Україну. Україна дуже красиве. Give me a sec. I have to think. Nah, that's all.
Okay, not that.
Це правда.
I don't know what that meant, but I felt it means something good. Yeah, I watch movies on Netflix, like Ukrainian movies. I
With
think
subtitles?
After the war, I think Netflix decided to like put more Ukrainian movies there.
Yeah.
So I've been watching them.
What's your favorite Ukrainian movie?
There's one called Rhino.
Rhino. Okay.
Yeah, it's a Ukrainian
Have you watched
movie.
that one?
It's in original Ukrainian language?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
original
yeah.
Ukrainian language. It's about a
about
guy.
90s.
the
I've heard
90s
about these,
drug.
but I don't have access to my Netflix because I'm in another country.
That's sad.
Okay, guys, so let's get to the next question. Зараз ми поговоримо про відмінності та схожості, які є між нашими країнами, між США, Нігерією і Україною. So, what are differences between the US and Ukraine?
In the US, we don't have marshutka. Okay?
You said it before, man.
I'm just telling you. Okay? You want to know a big difference? We don't have marshutka, okay? Polluting our air with its dark smoke. But we also, Ukraine has, in the big cities, they have better public transportation. I know a lot of Ukrainians don't like their public transportation or they talk a lot of shit about their government. But trust me, in America, you need a car to live, okay? So, you guys have pretty good public transportation. Like, I like the metro. I use the metro all the time. I have a metro pass, so I save money. But in the U.S., we don't have good public transportation because after World War II, we decided to invest in cars and gasoline. So it's a big difference, and it's definitely the Ukrainian government has to keep investing in public transportation because it just makes life easier for everybody. You have less cars on the road because in America we have so many cars. I think we have 2 or 3 cars per adult in the whole country.
Oh.
Yeah, it's crazy. I have family members that have like 10 cars and half of them don't even work.
Okay. What are differences between Ukraine and Nigeria?
Maintenance culture, I'll say. Ukraine makes infrastructures and they try to at least maintain them to keep working. For us, on our side, we make them, but after some time, the government forget about it. So I'll say the maintenance culture here is quite better than what we have back home. Besides that, I'll say it's pretty similar but diverse. So everything works in almost similar way. The only thing is Ukraine is much more easier than it is back home. In terms of making money, way of life, much more easier. It's a bit difficult back home. So yeah, that's the thing.
Okay. And what is similar about Ukraine and the US?
I think actually the mentality in some ways, Ukraine it's not so European because Ukraine is in between Eastern Europe and Western Europe. So a lot of Ukrainians are like Americans. They're they don't want to pay taxes. They don't trust the government. And they want independence and freedom. So it's like like the U.S. Wild West spirit. So people went west because there was less people, there was more opportunity, there was free land. And so Ukrainians actually have similar mindset to Americans than Europeans. So I would say Ukrainians are more similar to Americans than Ukrainians are similar to British people or Germans or French people.
Okay. What you think? What is similar about Ukraine and Nigeria?
The passion for the country, the love of the culture. Ukraine, they love their country. These guys are willing to do anything for their country. They ready to promote their culture and live for their culture, who they are. Nigerians were the same. A Nigerian guy can be in US and still I'm a Nigerian and I'm proud of it.
No, that's true.
Do everything for Nigeria. The same for me. I'm here and I am Nigerian. I love Ukrainian culture. I love everything about Ukraine, but I am Nigerian. I love my land. I love my homeland. I love my culture, and I would not change it for nothing. And that's the similarity because most people pretend, especially in the Western world. They pretend, and when they see something better, they prefer that. And it's always like this.
Yeah.
So for me, it's messed up.
Okay.
He's right though. In the U.S., we have a lot of people I'm Nigerian or I'm Ukrainian or something. They, in the U.S. it's okay because we're an immigrant nation. We have a lot of culture, so it doesn't offend anybody. So they're oh, that's cool. That's very interesting. Have a small conversation, ask them about their life, their culture. So if Ukrainians go to the U.S., people will ask them about Ukraine because they want to know. Americans are curious people.
Окей. Далі трохи поговоримо про ситуацію в Україні, про війну. Важлива тема. So, Adriel, what you think about the situation in Ukraine? I'm talking about war. How does it affect you?
It's a very tough situation, and it affects me a lot because I was involved in the war. I was on the front lines before, and I've lost friends here. And it's a tough situation, because it's kind of a tough reality right now. And people here understand that Russia is the enemy. You cannot make compromise with them. So people have to understand Ukraine may have to fight for a long time. It depends on the West, depends on the presidential election. But sometimes I get depressed here. I'm right now I'm single and I have a girlfriend. So I'm alone in my apartment. I start thinking about my friends that got killed. This past summer was hard for me because July 17th was kind of the anniversary where 4 of my friends died in Donbass. So it's tough, but in order to maintain, some sense of normalcy or to maintain your composure or your mental health, you have to find a way to survive. Sports, hang out with your friends, video games, and so I know this actually a lot because I was in the military before, so I used a lot of the same techniques and strategies that I had in the U.S. from Afghanistan. I use them in Ukraine. So because you have to be able to live normally. You don't want to, drugs, alcohol, lose your job, become bomji. You don't want that. It's a terrible life. So you just have to try your best to stay happy. And enjoy the small things, like borscht.
How does war in Ukraine affect you?
I'll not be selfish here. It affects everyone, to be honest. For me personally, in terms of like inflation, prices of things going up, survival. And it's very hard. People, especially kids, they don't understand what's going on. Okay, for me, something happens, I can run, jump a wall, survive. Kids, they need to depend on someone. And it made me value life more because I know today you have something, the next second you might not have it no more. And it made me to value life. And the more I value life, it makes me want to be a good person. Because if anything happens, I want to be remembered for at least being good. And that's just the value. And it's not something good. The news, you see things on the news and they show you like an overview. But trust me, when you're in it, it's totally different. It's not good. So I hope it ends well. And I hope it ends soon and everything can be back to normal. But till then.
And what do people in your country think of this war? I mean, are they aware of it? Do they think that it's something serious? Does it affect them?
So in America, most people support Ukraine. You see online these MAGA people and these weird conspiracy theorists who think there's biolabs here and Zelensky, blah, blah, blah. So, most Americans support Ukraine because Russia was our enemy, the Soviet Union. We won the war, against them, and the Soviet Union collapsed. So, but the problem is America hasn't had to fight them realistically ever because in World War II, we didn't fight them. So people don't understand that they are the enemy of freedom and democracy. So people do support Ukraine. Most people support weapons. They just don't want our soldiers to go there because we had wars in Afghanistan and Iraq for 20 years. So people are tired of that. But it's a big deal. So people were trying to educate other people because we had good senators like John McCain, who Ukrainians know, has the streets named after him, that kept preaching to everybody. We say preaching to the choir because he kept telling people the exact same things. Russia's the enemy, arm Ukraine. But we had some bad foreign policy because of previous presidents, and the U.S. made some mistakes. But in general, most Americans will always side with freedom and democracy and the Ukrainian spirit. Americans don't like Russia because of what they represent and how they oppress people. Americans know about what happened in Chechnya, Afghanistan, all these places. So most Americans support Ukraine.
Okay. What about Nigeria?
Yeah, I think the way the media portrayed it, everyone sees Russia as the aggressor. So that automatically makes people support Ukraine. For Nigeria, yeah, because a lot of Nigerians were in Ukraine. I myself am still here. My family asking me questions, what's going on. They check the news and they understand what's going on. And you cannot hide it. They bomb schools, they bomb hospitals, they kill kids, innocent family. I mean, when you have warfare and you're fighting war, it means military versus military, right? But when you say you're having war and you kill innocent people, then that makes no sense. So that forces the other sides of the world to understand that, yeah, Russia is the main aggressor here and the support has to go to Ukraine. And I feel most people want it to end, in a good way for Ukraine. And that's what we all want. But it's not so good. But my country supports Ukraine and believes everybody should have democracy and be on their own. So yeah.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, Russia is the one that attacked Ukraine.
Exactly.
Ukraine did not attack Russia. So it doesn't matter what country you come from. The facts are the facts. Russia is the aggressor. They started an unnecessary war and they killed a lot of innocent people. So they're wrong.
How do your friends and family feel about you being in Ukraine?
Oh, they all thought I was crazy for coming here. Because also a lot of my friends and family are kind of pacifists, so they didn't support me going to the army and when I was in the U.S. Army because I went to Afghanistan. But when I came here, they all said, you're crazy, you're going to die. And I said, well, that's a possibility, but I'm a soldier. So I signed up to defend the Constitution of America to protect and support innocent people, women and children and elderly people. So why would I waste my skills? So they support me though, because right now they know I'm just doing English stuff. So, but I told them there's always a possibility that I can go back and fight. So, but they all support me now, but they did think I was crazy. They're like, "You're a crazy bastard," and I said, "Yes, I am."
What about your friends and family?
Well, most of my friends that were here left. They went away. Even on the day the war started, my dad was like, "Bro, you're gonna leave?" I had a cousin here. He left. He went to Lviv, was waiting for me. He went to Poland, was waiting for me. I was like, bro. For me, I see it like this. You come to my house, we enjoy. So I buy you food, we take drinks, we're chilling. And my neighbor attacks me, and you leave my house, you leave me alone. I'm gonna feel bad. Now, when the fight ends, you think I'm gonna accept you when you come back? No. And I see it this way because when Ukraine was good, I enjoyed Ukraine. So why should I leave them? Because now everything is bad. I know someday it's going to be good again, and I want to be here to see it. And that's why I stayed. And when my dad told me, like, you need to leave, it's scary, I see news, I told him, I'm in the war, and I'm not creating no panic for myself. If you create panic for me, I'll block you. It's my decision. Of course, I don't want to die. If I see it's bad, I know when to leave. But there are Ukrainians here who have nowhere to go. What do they do?
It's true.
So why not stay and support them in the best way I can? Who knows? Maybe someone gave up on life, but because of me, maybe I made them smile and they have something positive to continue fighting. And that's my main idea of it. And I believe, anyways, it's inevitable. We are going to die someday. It's inevitable. So what's the point to run away from something you cannot avoid?
It's true. I feel bad because a lot of people ask me, they're like, are you going to leave? Like, are you going to abandon us? And like, I'm like, if I leave, then I'll feel like a coward. And so I can leave. I'm American. I can leave.
Yeah.
But
how is it to like live with this feeling that you can leave anytime? I mean, that you're still in here.
It's nice actually, because I know that at least, I hate to say it, but my country's not at war. So I can leave anytime, but it's also for me, it's hard because I don't want to leave my friends behind. So it's a hard decision. Eventually, if things get bad enough, then I'll have to leave, but it will be a very hard decision. And, if I go back to the U.S. and I never come back to Ukraine, it'll be very depressing for me. And I'll never forget about it because I have really good memory. So I'm never going to forget being here, ever. So for me right now, I just decided, fuck it, I'm just going to stay, so.
Have you had any experience with Tetsuka?
Oh God, don't even. I'm all over the fucking internet because of Tetsuka. They're probably gonna find me, beat me up.
I know them.
Have you had any experience?
Yeah, Chorny. They see this. They don't come to me, man.
See him.
They don't come to me. Oh, Chorny. Okay.
It's true. I mean, it's true. It's like it's reverse racism, kind of, but it's not.
Yeah.
Kind of.
No, in this case, it's safety.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I had a run-in with them a few times, but I always, I was like always respectful. I had my documents, but one time I was in a hurry, and I mean, obviously everybody's already seen this on freaking TikTok, but I was in a hurry to go to a private lesson, and there was only the Tetsuka. There was no police, so they can't actually stop you unless there's police, and so at least at the metro at that time, and so I just told him, I was like. He's like, I'm American. I have to go. Sorry. And so he just got scared because I'm very forceful. So he got scared.
Ukrainians who know English can do the same thing.
Yeah, but my accent, come on. How many people have my accent, right? Think about it. So, but I mean, I had good interactions. I just showed my documents, whatever. So
you know that people in comments, like on our TikTok videos, they thought that these videos are fake because the way you speak, they thought that you are a Ukrainian who speaks English.
I know, I've got that because I've been practicing Ukrainian for a while now. But it's and also because of I'm mixed, I'm multi-racial. I can blend in better here, especially like when I have a beard. People think I'm like from southern Ukraine or something, and so I have the ability to blend in, which can be good, but it also I can be targeted by Tetsuka or the police.
When I see you, I feel like you're from Mexico.
Yeah, no, right now because I just got my haircut, so right now I do look Hispanic for sure, and I trim my beard. But when I grow up my hair and then I have a bigger beard, and also when I was like a little bit chunkier, people thought that I was Ukrainian. So. It depends on the clothes I wear and depends on my hairstyle. So I can like blend in pretty much anywhere in the world, honestly. It's nice.
Cool.
I could be a CIA agent. Who knows?
Nice.
What would you do if TZK stopped you?
I will speak to them normally. That's if they speak English, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most of the time they don't.
But
Have you ever considered going to the military?
Yeah, I'm not a violent person, but I find interest in it. I like combat, fighting, shooting. For me, I just find interest in it. And my main initial plan was to join the U.S. Army.
The
And
U.S. Army.
if I still have a chance, I will do it. If I still have a chance to. Smart. And then when the war
He wants to join a gay party.
Yeah. And when the war started, I heard like there was an outpost giving like people guns who wanted to fight, and I wanted to do this.
Mm-hmm.
But my dad was like, "Bruh, they might. It's a like 50-50 chance. You might be on the front line, and you might not make it, and you might make it, and I don't think I'm ready for that yet. So please don't."
Mm-hmm.
And when your parents talk to you like that, you have to listen. So yeah, but it came across my mind a few times. Like, why not?
No, it was better you didn't, because at the beginning they were giving guns out to too many Ukrainians, so it was because the government they panicked,
Yeah,
right? And so, but you made a good choice, because it was, yeah, that was not good. You can't just hand out guns to people like.
But the U.S. does it.
No,
no. U.S. doesn't do it. They buy it. No, people go buy it.
We just let too many weird, crazy people buy guns. Okay, but we do have gun regulations, but we also just have a gun problem and we have a mental health problem, so it's a bad mix. So the military is better about the weapons. Obviously, we're very professional, our military. So you can't take your weapon home with you to the barracks when you go to bed. So our military is good about the weapons stuff.
Okay, cool. Далі поговоримо трошки про мову, англійську мову, українську мову. So guys, let's talk about language. My question is, what things, what words or phrases it's better not to use it when you speak English?
English, I don't know, it depends on the formality. So you can't just go up to older people or business people and say, "Yo, bro, what's up? What's happening, man?" You don't talk like that. Like, when people come up to me and they talk like that to me, I want to slap them in the face.
Exactly.
So if it's my friend, they can say whatever the hell they want to me. They could tell me to go fuck myself, okay? Because he's my friend and I know that he's cool. Yeah. But I don't like it when people.
I don't know, some phrases or
just
slang words that you'd better avoid. Saying even with your friends.
Let's see, what, piece of shit. You got to be careful when you say piece of shit, like, because people will say you're a real piece of shit or something, and it's like,
I expected something like more, I don't know.
No, because
sophisticated.
Piece of shit, it's very weird, because, for example, other words can be used for good and bad.
Mm-hmm.
But piece of shit cannot really be related to anything good. If I say you're a piece of shit, it means like you're bad. So even saying it to a friend doesn't sound good. If my friend tells me a piece of shit, I feel like, oh, I did something wrong. What did I do? Because I cannot relate it to anything good. So
yeah, just mostly true. In the U.S., it's just, you gotta be careful what cuss words you use or how you greet somebody. That's the main thing, because we don't really care about. There's not really any. But I guess if you use British words or like use really, really complicated advanced English, people were just like, why? Like, hello, how was your mother this morning when she rose from her bed? Like, why would you, like, just say, how's your mom? You know, is she okay? Or something. Just, how are you? Like, when people say, like, weird, overly complicated stuff in English, people get annoyed, because Americans are all about simplified English, okay? Get the meaning across now. What do you want to tell me? Tell me in 10 seconds, okay? Because I don't have more time, because time is money. Don't waste my fucking time, you see? Type of thing, okay? Get the point across,
They have
okay?
the same thing. You like make English more simpler?
Yeah, that way it makes communication easier. I think so.
Okay. Just for like a simple conversation. If you're having a conversation about your life and, you know, mental health problems with your mom or your family, or you're talking to your girlfriend or boyfriend about serious issue, then you can use. But in general, just don't use overcomplicated weird English words.
Окей, поговоримо про соціальні мережі зараз, як вони впливають взагалі на англійську мову, чи вони захочуть людей говорити, чи, можливо, вони дозволяють нам вчити мову краще. So, once again, how does social media influence English and people who speak English or people who try to learn English?
All right. Now, the thing is, anybody can post anything on social media. So, someone who doesn't speak English can learn some bullshit from somewhere and say it on
Yes.
social media. Now, let's say there's a kid who's trying to learn English, sees this bullshit someone else posted, and thinks, oh, it's English, and learns it.
They think it's the truth.
Yeah, but
But
not
it's
knowing
bullshit.
it's just rubbish. So yeah,
It's
it's
malarkey.
influences in good and bad ways. So you need to like search for the right things because like I
Okay,
said,
but
anyone can post anything.
from the other side, it can help people learn English,
Yes,
right?
you can. If you follow the right channels like English Prime,
Exactly.
then you can learn the correct English. So that's why I tell students all the time at English Prime. I tell them that you need to follow stuff on social media. If you have social media, stop using it for stupid stuff. Stop wasting your life. Stop taking stupid pictures at Klitschko Mist. Okay? So learn English. Piznavai anhaliske. You see? So if you follow the right channels on YouTube, TikTok, like I have a lot of funny ones where they use humor. So it's like there's one guy, he's a black guy from the UK, and he Chorna Lude.
Black
Yeah.
or korичневый?
No, black.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, but he's like British, but he teaches you different British accents, and American ghetto English. And so he's like doing it fun, but it's actually very educational. So it's a good channel. So I follow these channels, and if people follow those channels, then they're learning good stuff. So it depends on the channel, and it depends on, whether it's bullshit or not.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
True. And using the humor to teach is a good thing because people remember funny moments.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember things that related to the funny moments, and it makes me remember things, and I think that's the best way because when you're teaching and you make it boring,
Oh yeah,
I don't understand nothing. I want to sleep, and it makes no sense. So yeah.
It's true. Humor is a good way to keep people entertained, especially younger people.
That's right. How English taught at schools different from like real English, real spoken English
In Ukraine or in our country?
in your country? Like
Ah.
you haven't gone to school in Ukraine, right?
Maybe
Israel.
I have, maybe I haven't. I could be from
Suspicious,
Zhytomyr.
man.
Я за Житомира.
Why did you go to school in Ukraine?
I can't
You're an
tell you.
adult. There are kids there.
Dark. Cringe.
So let's get back to the question. Israel goes to Ukrainian schools for kids. We got it. So Oshay, what about you? How is English taught at schools different, like in Nigeria?
In school, they focus on everything: literature, grammar, how it should be placed. So the school like sets up the basis for you to understand the structure of English. Now, how to speak English depends on who you're speaking with. If I understand that this person doesn't understand English that much, I'm not going to use the proper structure I know because I know it doesn't understand it that way. I'll try to simplify it in a way that it's going to understand. Even if it makes me sound stupid, I have to make sure I get my message across.
Yeah.
So it depends on who I am speaking with. But the school gives you like the proper structure of how it should be. So, relatively speaking, I don't think it's different. The school just gives you the structure. But how you use it, how you do the output depends on who you're speaking with. So
Yeah.
if you're speaking with someone who speaks English, you can use the proper structure because anyways, he's going to understand. And if you're speaking with someone who like struggling to learn English, you have to like break it down.
Simplify it.
Yeah, so. it
Yeah,
just
in the
depends.
U.S., we teach when you're learning English, even from the very earliest kindergarten, first grade, grammar, and then eventually literature. So we teach it how it is, the proper way, but you learn to speak and to be good at communication from your friends and family and your society. But also, we also have communications and public debate classes when you get into high school. So, all children in every country learn how to speak and listen, but then it depends on the educational institutions in their country how well their English grammar is. So Americans have a good...
But a lot of Americans don't even know grammar, but they speak, right?
They do know it. They're just... I don't know how to say it. It's like it's built into our mind, and so they can read...
It's just natural.
Yeah, they can correct your paper, right? You write a paper and they can correct it. They can correct you when you're speaking. They can kind of give you a general idea of some stuff, but in general, we just don't need it. So for me, I understand grammar pretty well because I also got a bachelor's degree, so you do English in university. But when it comes to teaching people now, like I had to go back and refresh about some stuff. But that's just normal because you don't need grammar and proper rules for most life, especially if you're a native speaker.
What is the most difficult grammatical stuff you think exists in English?
Phrasal verbs and idioms.
Phrasal verbs and
And articles.
Is it grammar?
And prepositions.
Articles, prepositions. Okay. How would you explain articles in a simple language to people who study English?
It's just the is very specific. The place, the park, the borsch.
What about an?
An is...
And the difference between an and the?
So A and N, it's the main difference between A and N. It's the same, but it's the whether there's a vowel on the next word. If there's a vowel or a consonant, is when you use A or N.
Okay, but what does it mean?
So A and N is more general, okay, more generic. So a bird, we don't know which bird. It's just a bird. I want a piece of cake, okay? We don't know which cake. Is just generalized. The is specific, and A and N is more just general. We're talking about the topic or subject, but we don't know specific, okay? So I want to drive a car today. We don't know which car, but I want to drive the car, the Porsche.
Super. How would you explain that?
Similar way, to be honest. I'm just being honest. It's like I'm gonna repeat the same thing, but it makes you like point directly to what you're saying. So I can say stuff in general way, and I can say stuff in more specific way. So like I said, I want to drive a car. Who knows what car? Maybe Dio, $2,000, or some
Lada, Zaporozhets.
or some Porsche. But when I tell you, I want to drive their car, the Porsche, the Mercedes. Now you get the...
You can even point at it in English.
So even like I made it specific, like I want to drive the Mercedes. You understand it's a Mercedes. But when I say I want to drive a Mercedes, you still don't get like which.
Yeah, which model or which one in the parking lot.
So it's still like both of them different because
Okay.
it's
Yeah, cool.
weird.
Супер. Наші носії можуть бути викладачами англійської. Так, все правильно. Тобто «ен» у нас використовується, коли ми говоримо про однину, і предмет у нас якийсь загальний, тобто це не щось конкретне, він будь-який. Різниця між «ен» – це те, що «е» ставиться перед приголосними, а «н» ставиться перед where do we put «n» before which words?
And is before if the next word starts with a vowel.
With a vowel. Vowel – це голосна.
And then a consonant.
Окей, супер. А «де» ставиться перед словами, які мають щось конкретне, та, тобто це конкретні слова. The Mercedes – це конкретна машина Mercedes, ось та, про яку ти, твій співрозмовник знають. От і все. So, guys, good. That's good.
Молодець.
Oh, thank you very much, man. I'm a teacher, you know that.
Really?
Yeah.
Красавчик.
You still have a lot to learn. You're always going to be a student of English because you're not a native speaker.
That was deep.
Respect.
I think
I
Adriel
feel you,
is
bro.
gay. What you think, what are the basics, what are the essential things all people should know just to be able to communicate about basic things in English? Які зараз дізнаємося, які базові речі люди, які вчать англійську, мають знати, щоб просто могти говорити хоча б про щось англійською?
So I think definitely just nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs.
Everything, yeah. I mean, like, give us like, I don't know, 3 specific topics, grammatical topics, or maybe vocabulary topics that people can't do without.
Just knowing, I guess, the main sentence structure. So subject, action, object. Subject, action, object. Okay, like.
Едріл каже, що треба розуміти, що структура йде, що йде підмет і присудок. І в англійській мові це звичайно завжди таким чином побудовується, і це треба розуміти.
That's you have to know that. Now, some English stuff, there's a saying or expression that it doesn't follow the rule because another thing in English that people hear, it's hard for them to wrap their minds around is all of the exceptions. English has like the most exceptions of any language, I think. And I know it now because of being here. So I'm like,
It's not true.
We have a lot of exceptions, okay? And irregular verbs, irregularities, okay? I can't even say it. Just weird
That difficult.
rules, okay?
Adriel can't even say that.
Irregularity.
What you think? What
For me, I'll say simple things. So like nouns, pronouns, verbs, adjectives. the basic things. You need to know the names of stuffs.
Yeah.
Once you know the names of stuffs, you need to
What
just
about
know
grammar? What, like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
what tenses should we know to be able to speak?
basic grammar.
Just
To be
simple
honest,
tense.
I'll tell you something. Because
What is simple tense?
no, listen. Most people who speak English, native speakers of English, trust me, even if you speak the worst kind of English, a native speaker will understand you.
It's true.
So that's why all you need to do is know the name of things. So I know this is a cup. I know it's
Yes,
a cup.
exactly.
You just need to say it anyway. Like, I want to take this cup to the car. You can say it in any broken way and a native speaker will understand you. So you just need to know the name of the objects and tiny bit of grammar to at least construct a sentence, even if it's broken.
Yeah, like
And you should speak, right?
You could say I cup. They probably mean I want a cup, okay? Or I hungry. Everybody understands you, okay?
I went during the war, when the war started, I went to Ternopil. And of course, I don't know Ukrainian, but I understood this logic for English, the logic I just gave, and I used the same logic for Ukrainian. I went to the store, I wanted eggs. And I was like, Можна, будь ласка, яйця 10. She understood I wanted 10 eggs.
I don't understand.
But
Why-
I didn't say it in the proper structure that
Repeat it
people
again.
would say. Можна, будь ласка, яйця 10. And she understood I wanted 10 eggs. But
Yeah.
I know I didn't say it in the proper structure. But because I said eggs, I said 10. I was like, будь ласка. She understood. Okay, please, 10 eggs.
Well, it's like here in the military, guys would say, Ukrainians whose English was bad would say bad or good. So I would ask them, because I didn't know Ukrainians who were like, good guy or bad guy? Bad guy, rush and kill him. Good guy, don't shoot him. Okay? It's simple. You see the good, bad. Okay? Or like, yes, no.
What words from non-native speakers, or phrases that we say reveal that we are not native speakers?
Oh man, it's easy. If you just, I can't even begin to list how many things I know. I mean,
if we are not talking about the accent.
just when you start speaking and you're just using only simple words and you're not using like more advanced words, you're using just the stuff that you learn basically when you're in school, and then your sentence structure immediately right off the bat, if you cannot keep speaking like this, like just blah, blah, and then you have to stop or pause or you know, you use one wrong word.
Okay, I got it. But what are like some specific words, maybe some words that native speakers would never use, you know, or phrases that we say that are like that sound very I don't know, like robots.
Normal. When the people ask you, how are you? They're, no, man, no, we don't say that shit, okay? We don't say normal, okay? We just say, I'm okay.
Yeah,
I'm fine.
what does it mean if you say I'm normal?
It means that you're mentally sane. I'm a normal person. I'm mentally okay. Maybe all my fingers and toes work. So it doesn't make any sense. And when I tell you, I correct Ukrainians because
So how are you, man? Are you normal?
a little bit. I'm not as normal as when I was 18 before I joined the army, but I'm still not super crazy like Russians, okay?
You're semi-normal.
Semi-normal, exactly.
For me, easy. W. Voice. Ukrainians, voice.
Yeah. The,
Bro, it's voice.
Oh, the V.
Voice.
Yeah.
Voice, but they like voice.
You mean
Everything, device.
Yeah.
Device. And it's easy, clothes. Ukrainians always say clothes.
Yeah.
closes. Add an ES.
I've come
Yes.
across that are clothes.
It's not just clothes.
Right.
It's there's a couple times
Because
where
it
they add
doesn't make
ES.
sense, guys. It's spelled like this.
Yeah. It's not just clothes. There's a couple words where they add the extra ES. Immediately you know that they're
And this.
Or he, she. They can't say he, she, him, her correctly. And I'm like, that's not a her. That's a him.
And people can often mix up like some pronouns. For example, your and her.
Ah, yes.
Once I had a conversation with my students. We were talking about family, and one student told another one, like, I have a sister and I hate you. He said, I have a sister and I hate you.
What did I do to your sister?
You wanted to say, and I hate her. But it's like, I hate you.
Yeah.
And this is another thing I noticed. Like, you tell someone, oh, I'm safe. They say, thanks God.
Thank God. Oh, thanks God.
It's
yes.
Thank God.
Yeah,
Not
like a Nigerian
they
name.
add a,
God.
they add an extra S.
You don't need to do this.
People here mix up the plural and singular a lot, and then also another thing that's a dead giveaway is when you say I, no me. When you're talking in the third person, you say me. Like somebody's like, I need you to do something. Are you talking about me or me? All the students say I, and I say no. If you say I'm going to do something. I'm hungry. You say when you're in question about yourself, whether you've been picked or somebody's looking for you, me? Who, me?
I?
Mm-mm. See? I what? That's what I tell the students. I what? I'm hungry.
The most annoying thing about, like, it's not even about grammar or anything. The most annoying thing about Ukrainians. Guys, please stop. Please, budlaska, stop. When someone asks you a question, give an answer. What the fuck is because?
Because?
What is because? Why did you do this? Because. Show because. Because what?
That's a bad actually.
I
That's,
don't understand. Because what? Because
Como show.
I feel bad. Because I am angry. Then it makes sense.
Just because.
Because. Oh my God. Oh.
So in America, we have a bad. People will do this just because. Why did you do it just because? It's bad. But see, here they don't understand that. They're just saying because they don't.
Yeah. We need to put just before it.
Yeah, but
No.
no, but that's bad. That's
You're
a
not,
bad
you're not
American.
getting
Yeah,
the
yeah.
main point.
No, I don't like when Americans say just because. Just because, like, why, motherfucker? Why? Why did you do that? Just
What
because
the hell are
I
you?
felt like it.
Are you torturing people who don't want to give you some answers? It's just
Because we want the answer. Okay.
Because
it's right to say just because, man. Haven't you got it?
Yes. Or when people don't understand, like when we're at dinner or something, like what do you say? Like all Americans say we don't. Now, of course, people will say, the French. What is it? When for enjoy your meal, the French.
Bon appetit.
Yeah, because America had a lot of French influence, but we don't say French say bon appetit, but we say bon appetit.
Yeah,
but
say tit.
bon appetit,
of course, teeth, nice, bro.
teeth go you. So we just say have a nice meal or enjoy your meal, have a pleasant meal. And so I like trying to, because people keep asking me, what do I say? Just have a nice meal, enjoy your meal, or have a pleasant meal. Okay, it's simple. Just remember that. Burn it into your brain.
Just say смачного. That's it.
No, I know, but they're trying to do it in English.
Yeah.
See? They're trying to cross
But
culture.
they speak French. They try to do it in English and they speak French. That's
Yeah.
another thing. Sometimes I was working with people, and when we have lunch, like they come in and bon appetit straight away. Like that's French though. But they made it so common that they think it's English.
You were
Yeah.
just black. They thought you were from France.
They thought you were a French black.
Yeah. I'm French.
Okay, man. So, but is it difficult for you to communicate with our students?
No, because I'm a native speaker. So as long as they know English, to the third or fourth level when we first start, I'm a native speaker. So everything they say to me is easily translated. It's just they can't understand me. So sometimes they say slow down, and I'm like, I can't speak any slower than this. Okay. We don't speak like this in America. People will think that you're retarded. I'm sorry.
You're
okay?
losing some chromosomes.
Yeah, because sometimes I get to the higher levels and students are like, slow down. I'm like, dude, if I keep slowing down, if you ever go to America, you're going to get lost and you're going to get confused and probably shit yourself in public, okay? Ukrainians don't slow down for me when they speak Ukrainian.
Oh,
okay?
bro.
No.
When it's annoying, I order things on Glovo. And this guy is trying to call me to let me know it's at my door.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as he calls me, I already know. So as soon as I pick up the phone, I'm like, Można budlaska angliski, just to make them know. Because the moment they pick up the phone, like, calm down.
Yeah.
Look at the name. On the account, it's not a Ukrainian name. It's a foreign name.
Yes.
So calm down.
Exactly.
Wait.
Or Bolt and Uklon. Like, today, the driver I took an Uklon here, and the driver tried calling me, and I'm like, and then he tried asking me about if I was the right person. I said, yeah, you're my driver, right? Vody, Sergey. And he was just like asking me all these questions. Then he asked me about where we wanted to go, and I said, it's on the damn app. Why are you asking me? It's on the app. Just drive there.
You know what they ask you?
Why?
Because like when you get into the taxi, they ask you where are we going to make sure that you're the right person. They pick the right person.
It's
because
it's a trick question.
yes. Yes.
I said, if I put that I want to go out to the middle of Zhytomyr into the desert, maybe to do illegal activities, don't question me. Just drive me there.
Adriel, why do you mention Zhytomyr so much?
Because
the city doesn't even exist.
It's in my heart. That's why. Zhytomyr is in my heart.
Why? Why is it in your heart?
Because my military base was there. So our training base before we deployed. And so I have a lot of good memories in Zhytomyr.
Nice. Okay. How do you react when you hear some mistakes that people make who are learning English?
It depends on who the person is to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like students.
I don't like to break people's egos. All right. But if I feel like you're my close friend, we are tight, and you make a mistake, I'll laugh at you. And I'll let you know the truth. Because when I laugh at you, it's just for me to like de-escalate the situation. Because when I laugh,
know the truth.
You laugh and you're happy that I let you know the truth. But when it's someone I don't know, I'm just like I understand you anyways.
The truth, like, I'm your father. Yeah.
Yes, Luke,
I'm your father.
I am your father.
But why are you white? I'm just kidding. Don't cancel me anyways.
For me, the students, of course, English Prime had to be nice and gentle to the students, okay? But I prefer to be rough, okay? Real rough with them. Teach them English. Shake them a little bit,
Bro,
okay?
FBI watching this, bro.
Careful. So, yes. Tetsuka is watching this, and they're going to find me and bag me. So, but if it's like the students, I try to work with them, obviously, and be nice. But in general, I don't correct people on the streets. Unless it's like they're saying something seriously wrong and out of order, then I have to correct them so I understand what they meant. But like my close friends, if I've known them for a while, it bothers me because it's like, because they say that their English is good. So if you say my English is good, I'm going to find out and test you. And most of the time it's not. Okay, it's average. Taksobi. Okay? So I correct my friends who ask me, or if they say something really, really wrong, then I'll correct them, but I'll be nice and be like, hold up there, like that's not how we say it, like this is how we say it, whatever. But it depends on the person and depends on the audience, but people do need to be corrected. Like if you don't get corrected, you will always sound like an idiot. So it's like in Ukrainian. I like when people correct me because I don't want to sound like a jackass. Okay? So I get corrected all the time and I say, thank you. Now I don't sound like a Russian.
Yeah, because of the way you accept it. Now for students of English Prime, I don't correct them.
But we can't because of the
even
rules.
even if we could, I don't. Because for me, I don't want to kill their confidence. Finally, they're ready to speak.
And that's why this rule exists.
They're ready to speak. And I feel like if I should correct the mistake they made, it will kill their confidence because they'll feel like, oh, everything I'm saying is wrong. The only thing I help them is find words. When they're speaking, sometimes they get stuck and they're like, and I can pop.
He is a better native speaker than you. You're a
I can pop the word to them so they understand.
That's because I'm a soldier. I got to be tough. Discipline, okay? If you're disciplined.
Actually, you don't correct students.
No, I'm nice. But like if I know a student and I've been working there long enough, I do like a soft correction, but I do it in a very gentle manner, okay? Very soft and gentle like. Because a lot of this, it depends. Like newer students.
Soft and gentle like.
Yeah.
like this. Like.
I see.
Not like, stop, you're saying it wrong. Stop. Let me stop you there. But,
Oh my God, man.
but see, some of the students, I've been in English Prime long enough where some of the students were really comfortable with each other. They understand my vocabulary and slang. So part of it is if I work with the students long enough, they start developing a certain way that we talk, and then I can teach them good words, and then their English gets better. So like the higher levels, there's no corrections. It's just they'll have a question about a word basically, or I'll have a word that they don't understand that I can explain to them what it means.
Yeah, most of the times I say words they don't get, but I call the teacher to break it down.
The translator,
break it down for them because
Yeah.
I can break it down, but you teaching them, you know them better than me. So break it down for them in a simple way that they will understand it. But in some cases, the teachers are like, break it down for them yourself. And
The strict teachers. I mean, the thing is, a lot of the words that I say, they need to know these words. That's the reason why I say it, because this is how we talk. So I'm not giving
At
Ukrainian
level 3,
students.
yeah.
No, not level 3. No. Like level 7, 8, 9. So I'm not giving Ukrainian students crazy words that they would never use because that's just stupid. Okay, like I would, even if I had kids, I would never teach them crazy words like at the beginning. I'd start teaching them when they get older, right? Because there's all sorts of cool words in English that, but our dictionary is massive.
Окей. Зараз поговоримо ще про те, як підтримувати рівень англійської після того, як ви завершили вже навчання на курсах, і як робити так, щоб він не знижувався. Послухаємо поради від носіїв. So, how can we maintain our level of English after we finish studying, for example, at English Prime, after we finish all 9 levels? Like,
That's a good question.
Yeah, how not to let it drop?
Practice.
Like, what
Always.
practice? Give me something specific.
Speaking club. Come to the speaking club at KPI.
That's a good advertisement.
Everybody in Western Kyiv, it's the closest one to you, so there should be 20 people a week, and it's only 200 hryvnias, so no excuses.
Improve your English. Easy.
Yeah, no, it's true. You have to practice. You have to use it. If you don't use it, you will lose it. Just like sports skills, shooting, whatever. If you don't use it, driving. So a lot of times the students, I've met students that graduated from level 9, then I met them 6 months later, and their English was terrible again. So because they didn't use it, they have to use it and apply it in their life somehow. Either go to a speaking club, try to watch movies in English, maybe get a pen pal, somebody you can talk with on Zoom or Skype, maybe in the US or Canada. But if you don't use it, you will lose it. So it's your money and you're investing in your life and your English. So you have to find a way to use it.
Exactly.
And if you don't, you know the outcome.
Because the main reason for learning it is to use it, I assume. So you have to use it. And communication, speaking to people. There's an app called Discord.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good...
Discord, join servers. Just go there. You don't need to speak. You can even just text. And at least by texting, you're getting used to how it should look like, how it should feel like. And automatically, when texting, you're reading automatically. So you should always at least try to find ways to just keep making sure your output is English. And that way it gets better. Because even for me, sometimes I type and I make mistakes. But because automatically when you type in something, your brain reads it, I can also understand, I made a mistake there. Mm-hmm. So this is a way to keep practicing. Because I know Ghanaian language. I stayed there for so long. But I left Ghana in 2018. I understand Ghanaian language, but I cannot speak it fluently because I didn't use it for so long. So that's what happens with English as well. Unfortunately, I cannot forget English because that's my first language. But for a language you're learning, you need to keep practicing it because if you don't, it's gone.
Use it or lose it.
Exactly.
Also, when you're texting, don't use slang. You need to try to write out your sentences as best as you can when you're learning. Because for me, when I text my Ukrainian friends, I try not to use laugh out loud or K, because I use K, it means okay, K. It's just short and sweet. But with my Ukrainian friends, I really try to type in the words correctly or even send voice and video messages because I'm trying not to mess up their English. So for me, I'm trying my best. And even with pronunciation, I try to pronounce everything by the book. Because if I start speaking like a native speaker to them, like too much of a native speaker at the low level students, it's going to mess them up. So I try to, but also Ukrainians need to try to be by the book when they're writing, when they're texting, and when they're speaking. Don't use slang or even try to use some weird accent you learned on Netflix from some stupid show. Okay? Don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. I'll give you a practical example. Yeah. It's not English. You're learning how to drive a car. You're just learning how to drive a car. You slowly understood how to move the car from one point to another point. And the next day you take the car to the highway. Makes no sense, right? So when you learn in English, you have to go by the rules, like tiny rules. When you understand very well that, yes, now your English is impeccable, very, very good, then you can decide to use slangs because now you know English.
Yeah.
But when you're still learning, there's no point to just mess it up.
You need to take baby steps. I think a lot of Ukrainians are perfectionists because of your society, but in language, if you don't take baby steps, you are going to fail. So one of the people I work with right now, one of my private students, she doesn't want to take baby steps. But I told her, you're never going to get better. You have to take baby steps. It's like me in Ukrainian, try to jump to the next level. It's not possible.
Окей, cool, guys. Зараз ми спробуємо змусити носіїв пояснювати якісь граматичні конструкції, так як вони б це зробили, якби вони викладали англійську, і подивимося, чи їм вдасться. Okay, guys, so now I want you to explain some tense. Okay, let's take something difficult like present perfect. Adriel, how could you explain present perfect to the students?
So it's just like, if you're going to break it down the most simple way, you're talking about something in the past, but you're talking about it now in the present. So it was, you said...
Very simple.
No, but it was simple present or simple...
Present perfect.
Okay, present perfect. You're talking now in the present tense, but about something that happened before. So the perfect tense, everybody's scared about it, but you're talking about past history. That's it. But in a conversation that's happening in the now. Past tense stays in the past. It's dead. Past perfect perfect present. Perfect present is now. The subject's not necessarily, the topic's not dead, but you're talking about it now. Okay? But past tense for sure is gone. Okay? So it's never coming back. But present or perfect present is just talking about the past, but in a present context.
Okay, give us examples. Like, for example, should I say I have fueled the car or I fueled the car?
If you're talking about past, I have already fueled the car. Okay, so I have fueled the car up is just past simple. But you're talking about in like general, like let's see, hold on, I'm trying to think.
Are you sure?
No, I am. Don't try to. I'm a native speaker, bro. Trying to stun on me?
You're a shitty teacher.
You trying to flex on me? Okay,
No,
but
for me it's
How would you explain?
I tell people firstly, when it comes to this like tenses like present continuous and all those stuffs,
continuous is still
I cannot
happening.
give you definition because I cannot give you the definition. I don't teach English. I speak it.
Mm-hmm.
I know how to use it. I use it every time, but
Yeah.
I cannot give you like this is what it means.
So that's the challenge. Like if you were to explain like present perfect to someone, to anyone, how would you do that?
Present.
Like, explain
Perfect.
present perfect.
I'm in the car.
You're
No,
in the
that's
car.
just-
It's not present
No,
perfect.
that's just simple present. That's simple.
He
So
doesn't know what it is.
Exactly. I told you I cannot give you like this is what it means.
we learned
but I
this
use
when
it.
we were 5 years old.
Exactly,
Okay?
bro.
It was like like
Okay, wait. Do Ukrainians have this like present perfect in like Ukrainian language? You have it?
Oh man.
No,
we
they don't have that.
That's why people are confused.
Yeah, we have 12, but technically 16 with whatchamacallit, hypotheticals. The what is it called?
Tenses, I don't know what.
The other four. It's like hypotheticals. Like if this happens,
Conditionals,
Then, yeah,
man.
conditionals.
You don't know grammar, man. What
No,
the-
I do. I just
That's
forgot.
why,
He knows
guys,
grammar.
your explanation, that's the reason why teachers should be Ukrainian. You know that?
Hey, I gave it. Look, continuous. It's still happening. Okay, simple present, simple past, simple future, simple. Okay.
Bro, that's why.
Keep it
that's
simple,
why.
man.
Perfect
Wait,
tense.
that's why you guys say what? Native speaker, right? You come there and you speak with them to practice what they learn
That's
from
right.
you. So your job is to teach them what it means. I'm not going to give you a definition of what that means
right.
because I cannot give you the definition. But am I going to use it with you? Yes, I will use it without knowing I used it because it's automatic.
That's
you
right.
feel me?
Так,
So
друзі,
ask your teacher, present, whatever. Don't ask me. I'll speak to you. You feel me? Yeah.
Да, друзі, саме тому в нас викладачі всі україномовні, тому що може прийти до вас Adriel, і ви нічого не зрозумієте. Носії мови існують для того, щоб практикувати англійську, а не для того, щоб вчити. Right?
I can give you
You
one
agree with
right
me?
now. Let me give you one right now. In
You agree with me, man?
perfect simple.
Troy.
Perfect simple.
Look,
What?
look.
What is perfect
Okay.
simple, man? Perfect.
Sorry.
Man is making up tenses.
Perfect present. No, perfect present. Perfect present. Perfect present. Okay.
Alright.
So you okay? Like let me try to do one real quick. Okay. So let's see. 5 years ago, I was vacationing in Jamaica, but currently, I want to go vacation in the UK.
Break it down, bro. You're the teacher, bro. You're the teacher, bro.
Gosh.
I don't know this English, I think.
That's it.
He has his
That's
own
a good
English.
example.
It's a
I
good
just-
example of
talking about the past, but also within the present context. Okay, but I don't teach grammar. I don't like grammar. Okay,
He's
I'll be honest
fucking
with you.
winking at me.
I teach.
I told you, bro.
That's why the American military. I told you.
Bro, the moment he said I like to do this, I knew something was up. Bro. I knew it.
Yeah, the man like gave us a load of bullshit and the wink was like,
Don't tell them. No one is gonna know. Don't tell them.
yeah.
It's true. I mean, if as long as I have an example and on writing, but like in terms of the definitions, it is like I've been reading them for the last year, but I don't like teaching grammar. Okay, because it's just
That's why you're not a teacher, man.
speaking and
Yeah.
listening.
That's why you're not a teacher.
I am a teacher, but I'm a coach actually. I'm a coach. I'm an English coach.
You're a
not a
motivator.
I'm a speaking coach.
I'm not a teacher. I'll speak to you, correct you maybe, but I cannot teach you. You feel me?
I can teach you prepositions.
English Prime will teach you, so come to English Prime.
That's great. So guys, let's finish with everything, and by tradition, we will learn some Ukrainian words at the end.
damn.
Okay? Друзі, зараз навчимо носіїв ще двом новим словам. Okay, guys, so now you have to look at me and repeat out to me. Самобутній.
Самобутний.
Самобутний.
Самобутній.
Самобутний.
Yes. What do you think it means?
Something with так само?
No.
No, I don't know.
It means, guys, it means authentic.
Authentic?
Yeah.
Справжнє.
Yeah, like самобутній is like sprout.
Okay, I understand.
So, good. Adriel, make up a sentence with this word. It's an adjective.
Це футболка... Say the word again. Say the...
Repeat after me. Самобутній.
Самобутний. Це футболка самобутний.
Okay.
Wait.
Repeat after me. Самобутній.
Самобутний.
Самобутній.
Самобутний.
Okay. Make up a sentence.
Україн людей самобутний. Makes sense?
Makes sense, yeah.
Damn, I told you. I'm Kozak. Don't play with me. Nah.
Okay, guys. And the second word. Repeat after me.
There's another one.
Yeah. You're done with that, yeah?
I thought it was dumb, bro. Oh, shit. Okay.
Okay, repeat after me. Бородань.
Бородан.
Бородань.
Бородан.
What is that?
Бродна?
Sounds like
No.
Borodan.
Бородан. I don't...
Borodan.
Actually, Borodan, it's Adriel because Borodan means man with a beard.
Борода. That's what I was thinking. Борода.
That's what you were thinking.
Я маю
Yeah,
борода.
Boroda, it's a beard, and Borodань,
Бородан.
yeah, it's a man with a beard.
So Borodan. Borodan.
Okay, so Adriel, make up a sentence with Borodань. It's a noun.
Yeah, Borodan.
You're goddamn right. So
Adrian Borodan.
short, simple, real, guys. Everything like we
Smooth,
thought.
facile.
Everything like we thought. Друзі, на сьогодні це все. Дякую, що дивились наш подкаст. Підписуйтесь на канал English Prime, ставте лайк, ставте дзвоник, щоб бачити, коли виходять нові відео. Також, друзі, ми будемо робити розіграш. Той, хто залишить найкреативніший коментар з альтернативною назвою до слова «бородань» англійською мовою, отримає 50% знижки на базовий рівень офлайн чи онлайн програми. Тому що в англійській мові немає слова «бородань». Придумайте дуже креативну альтернативу, як англійською мовою можна сказати «бородань». Будемо читати ваші коментарі і обирати переможця. Па-па. And guys, say goodbye in Ukrainian.
До побачення.